This video is brought to you by Sporlan. Quality, integrity, and tradition. So to give some context on this video, we actually have two package units that are down at the same time, okay? So there's going to be two different repairs on this one. And I also want to say too, I understand for the people that are going to comment on the first package unit, I ended up topping off the charge even though the unit has a leak, okay? I realize that, you know, it's still leaking refrigerant. For the people that are going to ask, that is completely legal in the United States for us to do that, okay? The refrigerant charge is under the threshold of being able to top off the charge on this unit. Yes, you know, there's some can say that, you know, you still shouldn't fix it, whatever. But bottom line, customer needs this unit running. It's 110 degrees. They need their kitchen cooled off. We got to do what we got to do. Okay, the customer's going to call someone else if I don't top off the charge. So I topped off the charge, and you guys will see everything else inside the video, okay? We have a service call. This is a York Predator. I believe this is a 10-ton unit. We can look at the... No, it looks like a 7.5 ton. Kitchen AC, that's not working right. Walking up, the condenser is in really bad shape. It's not that it's dirty, it's just... it's beat down. It is a little dirty too though. Condenser fan motors are both running. I don't feel a lot of heat coming out of there. I would expect there to be a lot more heat than what I feel. It's really hot outside. If I had to guess, it's about 100 degrees. I'll get a thermometer here in a minute. Inside here, we've got an active code. Now we're gonna count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then if we go down here and we look at the 5 flashes, it says low pressure switch, compressor 1 lockout. So we're off on low pressure on compressor 1, and we've only got one contactor pulled in. This compressor's running, this compressor's not. So we got to go ahead and get a set of service gauges and check the unit out. I did open this up right here and verified that the indoor blower motor is running. So we're good there. And I don't, like a quick check, I don't see any obvious signs of oil or anything anywhere. So we'll get some gauges on this guy and jump into it. Got my stuff, got my gauges, I'm about to put it on. I just wanted to point something out. They have a filter changing company that come here. And these asshats put in these stupid filter, whatever, right? That's the company that chooses that filter crap. It's junk, by the way, because it sucks completely up and against the evaporator, and then condensation can drip off of it. But that's not even my beef. My beef is that they take the filter doors off and throw them away, or stow them around the roof in different places. There's no need to do that. You can still close the filter doors, even with your stupid filters in here. I can't handle when people are just plain idiots and lazy. And that's just a lazy idiot. I'm sorry, but you are a lazy idiot if you take the freaking filter doors off and throw them away. Good gosh, man, that's the stuff that pisses me off. You know, not that that filter door is gonna do like the most amazing thing, but it does help for me to be able to open this up when the unit's working properly and gauge up to the compressors. But with those filter doors missing, I'm pulling in 100-degree air, you know? It's just, ugh. Stupidity. Put some service gauges on here and we're damn near completely flat. 18 psi on both sides. So we're going to get a little bit of 410. This is a 410 unit, and some nitrogen, and we're going to bump the pressures up in this system and hopefully be able to find this leak. I'm right off the top of my head, I'm going to guess it's in the condenser, but you know, we'll see. All right, so I've got some 410. Let's purge it. I'm worried because I don't have enough. If I can find the leak, I'll have to go get refrigerant, because there's probably only 10 pounds in there, but you won't get that all out with this 100-degree ambient temp. So, all right, we're purged, and we're gonna go ahead and put tracer gas in the high side, put some in the low side. Normally you wouldn't put it into the low side, but I'm not gonna be running this. I'm just putting about 100 psi in there each side, and then we'll just jam it full of nitrogen. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take off the 410, and then we're gonna fill it up with nitrogen, and I have a 500-pound regulator on this guy. But we gotta look at the standing pressure test. It should tell you on this unit. So I found it right here. It says low side test pressure is 236, but that says minimum, that doesn't say max. Interesting. All right, we're gonna start with about 230 PSI, and I'm gonna start hitting everything with the leak detector, seeing what I can find. I'll pull the side panels off the condenser, get into the evaporator, go from there. So I got the leak detector, the Detect Select. I sprayed some 410A, just opened it just a little bit a minute ago, and I let it dissipate, and we're still picking it up, the vapor. So we know the leak detector's working. So now we're gonna go to the system and try to see what we can find. So I pulled this door and then pulled these panels off right here. And getting right down in here, I'm actually seeing, it looks like oil back in here. So our leak might be right back in here. Okay. Oh yeah, leak detector's going crazy back in here. So we'll have to get some soap bubbles out. Start spraying, I don't know. I don't want to stare at it too much, so I'll just get soap bubbles all over it and then figure out which one's the first stage once I do that. Let's get it all in there. I'm spraying them so that way they're not bubbling up, so that way I can actually see a leak. So this thing has multiple leaks back in here. So right in the middle of the screen right there in the back is one of them. And then I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show the other ones, but there's other micro clusters down on the very bottom. Right in the middle of the screen at the very bottom, there's another one. They all seem to be on the first stage. Looks like there's some micro clusters back there. So yeah, they got a mess here. These aren't really repairable per se. There's another one right back there in the back. So there's multiple leaks on this first stage evaporator. At this point, there's not really much I can do. I'm not going to try to braze on those. Plus this evaporator is so tight in there. It made everything tight. It's ridiculous. So in all honesty, their best bet is going to be to change this AC. But I mean, of course I'm going to quote it and give them the options to do what they want. But looking at this coil, the first and second stage is one piece. So they're getting a whole new evaporator coil, and I'm not going to do it without changing that first stage condenser too. That's all beat up. And then liquid dryers, expansion valves, distributors. And yeah, I mean, we can make it work if they want to. But you know, we put that in the customer's hands and let them make those decisions. So I got to get these guys cooling. In no way is this, am I going to pull a deep vacuum or anything, okay? I'm going to go ahead and shut it off because I'm just going to pull air into the system. All I'm trying to do is get the air out for the most part. That's why I just used my little Navic battery pump. I didn't bother bringing up an extension cord in my big boy one. I just needed something. I just needed to get the air out of the system. We're gonna let it run for a little bit longer, and then I'll just go ahead and top it off or put 6 pounds of gas in it. Hopefully I have enough in that tank, and we can get them some cooling. So it only took 4 pounds of the charge. I'm hoping I still have some left in that tank. I just turned the disconnect on. We're gonna get the unit running, and then we'll charge it in on the low side. Because I just want to get them some cooling. Hopefully this will last, because obviously they're going to have to make some big decisions, and either way, even if we change the evaporator and change the condenser, those are going to be weeks out. So we gotta, you know, get them something. So on these York Predator units, it's in an anti-short cycle delay right now, and you can tell by the way that it's flashing. If you just go down to this chart right here, it tells you everything. So it says if there's 2 flashes, the control is waiting, anti-short cycle delay. It says the green LED will be flashing. All of them will be off except for red LED number 2. And then if we go up in here and we look, the one that says free cooling underneath it, that's red LED number 2, and then the green one's flashing with 2 short flashes. That means we're in an anti-short cycle delay, so we're just gonna wait that out. This compressor's awfully loud too, but currently topping off the charge right now that it's started. So careful not to flood it with liquid. You got to be very careful doing this, but I'm literally almost gonna make it. I'm at 5 pounds 3 ounces, but the problem is that my tank pressure is equal to or less than my suction side pressure. So what I did, opened up the evaporator section so that way we stop pulling air through the return air and we're pulling outside air. And what it's actually doing is dropping the suction pressure and letting the tank pressure overcome it. You got to be very careful doing this because you could flood the compressor with liquid refrigerant too. So you got to make sure you're watching what you're doing. But I'm just trying to pull every little ounce out of this guy. I'm looking for 6 pounds and we might just barely make it. So, well, it's definitely going to be undercharged. I'm going to have someone bring me some 410 here in a minute. They got another unit they want me to look at too, so I'm going to jump on that one while I'm waiting. So this unit is 11 ounces shy, so I'll top that off with the 11 ounces in a minute. In all honesty, I could probably get by without it, but since I got another guy, I have another guy that was finishing up a maintenance at a store about 20 minutes from me, and he was calling me to check out, so I just have him pick up some 410 for me and bring it out to me. So if I look right over here, they have another kitchen AC, and this one's down too. And it's actually doing, I think, the same thing. Let's go in here and look. 2, 3, 4, 5. Double check it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I believe that's the same error code. 5 flashes, low pressure compressor 1. Same thing. So we'll go ahead and gauge up and check this one out too. This one is also a 7.5 ton. Man, what kind of luck is that? This one's flat too. So honestly, I might have enough pressure in that tank to do my tracer gas and then put nitro on top of this one and do a leak check on this one too. So that's what we're gonna do. I got about 60 PSI out of the tank and equalized on both sides, and so now I'm just jamming it full of nitrogen. No audible leaks as of yet. I can't hear anything leaking yet, so we'll get it charged up to about 230 PSI. And then go from there. Walked over to the condenser section and I could hear it. There's a big one in here somewhere. So I'm gonna pull this panel off and see if we can't figure out where this is at. So it's right in here. The wires from the condenser fan motor shorted out against the discharge line. So I'm gonna be able to fix that and we'll put a new dryer on it. All right, I'm going in here blind. I can't really see what I'm doing here, so just gotta go for it and hope that I get what I need to get and don't cause more problems. And we're gonna go heavy on the soldering here. And I melted all the wires. Camera moved and I kind of melted everything, but I got it. Just kind of got in here a little bit. I'll hit it with the mirror and make sure it looks good. Looks like it took. Nice and good. Nice and good, went all the way around, but I melted the wires back here, so we'll have to rerun those. is where this is gonna stink. Okay, solder. Go ahead and grab that wet towel. All right, micron gauge hooked up, true blue hoses, vacuum pump, open the gas ballast, turn it on. So we're pulling down. I closed the gas ballast because we hit below 2,000 microns. That actually happened really quick. So I'm gonna show you guys something. So there's still probably refrigerant and nitrogen in the oil of the compressor. And here's how you can tell. I'm gonna shake the compressor. And you see the microns climb up because we're agitating the air and nitrogen and non-condensables out of the oil. So they're trapped in the oil and they're slowly boiling off. If you can imagine the oil, what you would see is just like a bubble, bubble, bubble. So it takes forever. So if you can heat up the oil or if you can agitate it, you can speed up the process. Creatively tied up using my zip tie trick. So the liquid line in here, same thing. Use some rubber material to tie for this point so it doesn't rub out. Tied the wires here. Creatively tied the wires right there. Fixed the electrical short. We're good. So we need this thing to vacuum all the way down. I really don't want to put that panel back on quite yet because I want to make sure we're good. I am currently charging it up right now on the high side. We've got just under 1 pound. Micron gauge is rising. As soon as that hits positive pressure, we'll take that off. I can go ahead and open this up. I don't want to put too much in there because I still want to do a leak check on the system. So let's stop it at that right there. Okay, cool. So we just hit high pressure on the micron gauge, so go ahead and take it off now. And then I'm going to do a leak check real quick. All right, it is running now. So the pressures don't look too bad. Got a good saturation temp on the evap. 55, that's good. Liquid saturation temp doesn't look bad for 110 degrees outside. We're running good. These compressors just run loud as heck. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not gonna spend any more time on this unit. I'm dying up here. I've been up here for about 4 hours now. It's 110, I need to get my ass off this roof. So I'm just gonna check a TD on this guy and we're gonna take these service fittings off and get off this roof.
Okay, so we had multiple kitchen ACs down at the same time. Ironically, it was both the same compressors that were both completely out of, well, just about completely out of refrigerant. Okay, the first one obviously had multiple leaks on the evaporator coil and the condenser was trashed. I didn't show it on video, but I did leak check the condenser coil too. I actually didn't find any leaks, surprisingly, but I did find them on the evaporator coil. I'm going to submit quotes to the customer and see where they want to go with that one, okay? The second AC, we got to see that we had a electrical line from the condenser fan motor that shorted out, arced, and blew a hole in the liquid line for the first stage. So I was able to actually repair that one too. Went ahead and secured the wires so that way nothing like that would happen again. Obviously changed the liquid dryer, got the unit back up and running, okay? It was actually so hot up there that we had problems with my camera shutting off in the heat, so I didn't get to show the rest of there was some video footage that was missing, basically, the rest of the evacuation and everything. But I can assure you guys, I know I'm going to get the people asking me. I did pull the proper vacuum on that system, okay? But yeah, system was operating. Everything's good. Customer was happy. I did mention at the end of the video that like I just needed to get off that roof. So yeah, I would have loved to get in there with my probes, check the superheat, subcooling, all that good stuff. But I honestly wasn't in the mood for it. I was ridiculously hot. And in all honesty, working on that roof, for some reason, it hit me really hard that day. I was sick for like 2 days. I mean, I still worked, but it really drained me being on that roof for that long with the heat and stuff. It just killed me. So anyways, I'm fine and everything was good. It just took a couple days where I was feeling kind of funny, trying to take it easy, but everything was good. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch these videos. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Send me an email with any questions you guys have to hvacrvideos@gmail.com. Pay attention. I do my live streams Monday nights, 5 p.m. Pacific Coast time. Other than that, that's it, guys. So we'll catch you guys on the next one, okay?